Good morning, students. Our next topic is AC voltage applied to a capacitor. So it is the AC voltage, alternating voltage applied to a capacitor. Alternating voltage input is equal to V is equal to here Vm sin omega t. It is the voltage across the source, and here the C means capacitance of the capacitor. If suppose you have to apply the direct current, if suppose at that time the capacitor is doing only charging, when it will becomes fully charged, automatically the current through this circuit drops to zero. That means it will oppose the flow of current. But you have to apply in the case of alternating source, you have to apply the alternating voltage. For every half cycle, the direction of the current is changes, automatically doing charging and also discharging. That means for half cycle it is charging, means for next half cycle it is doing discharging. So the instantaneous voltage across the capacitor is equal to V is equal to Q by C. And what is the voltage across the source is equal to Vm sin omega t. So then from KVL, voltage across the source is equal to voltage across the capacitor. That means Vm sin omega t is equal to Q by C. Then Q is equal to Vm C sin omega t. What is the current? I is equal to, here what is the current flow through this circuit is equal to, I is equal to dq by dt. dq by dt. That means you are doing differentiation the above equation. Vm C sin omega t cos omega t again omega. That means simply Vm omega c cos omega t is the current flow through this circuit. Then this equation can be changed in the form of cos to sin. So Vm and this omega c can be 1 by omega c, and cos omega t can be written as sin omega t plus pi by 2, sin 90 plus theta cos theta, sin omega t plus pi by 2 cos omega t. So what is the general form? I is equal to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So compare these two equations. What is Im is equal to? Actually Vm upon R, resistance. So that resistance is here 1 by omega c. That is nothing but here you have to take in as, that is the reactance of the capacitor. The capacitance reactance. Xc is nothing but here the capacitance reactance. That means Xc is equal to here 1 by omega c. That means 1 by omega is nothing but here 2 pi nu. 2 pi nu into c. So I is equal to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So you have to compare these two equations. Im is equal to Vm upon 1 by omega c. Actually Im is equal to Vm by R. So here that reactance of this capacitor is equal to 1 by omega c. 1 by omega c is nothing but here capacitance reactance. That is nothing but it is the resistance of this capacitor. This can be indicated with Xc. So actually what is the voltage you have to apply? I is equal to, V is equal to Vm sin omega t is the voltage applied. And what is the current? I is equal to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So observe these two equations. Is there any phase difference? Here omega t, but here omega t plus pi by 2. That means the current is leading by pi by 2. What is that? Current is leading. Current is leading voltage by pi by 2 phase. So what is the phase difference between these two? Pi by 2. So in these two terms, so the current is leading by pi by 2. The current is leading by pi by 2. So then what is the phasor diagram for this? First of all, you go for graphical diagram. So you have to apply the voltage. It is the voltage. It is the input voltage. The maximum voltage here Vm. At that time the maximum current flow through this circuit is equal to, you have to taken as the Im. Small Im you have to taken here. So you have to apply the terms. So if suppose sine 0, omega t is equal to 0, first of all. It is the angle. The phase is equal to here first 0, and it is a pi by 2, and it is pi, and again 3 pi by 2, and again here it is 2 pi. So if suppose sine 0, voltage 0, then pi by 2 means sine 90, automatically it is Vm. Again sine pi 0, again sine 3 by 2 minus Vm, sine 2 pi 0. In case of I you have to take the 0, first of all 0. You have to take the 0 means 0 plus pi by 2 means pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 means Im. So initially the current is maximum here, and next pi by 2 means pi by 2 plus pi by 2 pi, sine pi 0, that means the current is drops to 0. That means it is discharging. Again it goes on charging. If suppose it is Im minus Im, like this the graph. So for this, what are the phasors? So at any instant of time the phasor of the voltage is equal to, here it is V, makes an angle omega t1. But here what is the phasor of the current is equal to, it is leading by pi by 2. Leading by pi by 2, that means omega t plus pi by 2. That means it is some current. This current phasor is leading by pi by 2. So omega t plus pi by 2, omega t1 plus pi by 2. At that time the vertical component for this Vm sine omega t. At that time the vertical component of the current is equal to Im sine omega t plus pi by 2. So you have to observe the phasor diagrams clearly. Simply you have to apply the values of the sine 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, again 2 pi. So then you have to, here the first initially the current is maximum. And next we can go for the instantaneous power. So what is the voltage we are getting? V is equal to Vm sine omega t. You have to apply the voltage. And what is the current flowing through the circuit? I is equal to Im sine omega t plus pi by 2. Omega t plus pi by 2. So what is the instantaneous power? P is equal to Vi. Vm sine omega t into Im sine omega t plus pi by 2. It is sine, Vm Im sine omega t. Sine omega t plus pi by 2 is nothing but cos omega t. So this equation is multiplied and divided by 2. Then Vm Im upon 2 sine omega t cos omega t is nothing but sine 2 omega t. It is the power, instantaneous power. Then what is the average power? Average power for one complete cycle. Average power for complete cycle, that means average power, it is the notation. Then Vm Im upon 2 average value of sine 2 omega t. Average value of 2 sine 2 omega t is equal to 0. Okay, average power is equal to 0. In case of capacitor, in case of inductor, the average power for complete cycle is equal to 0. It is the AC voltage applied to a capacitor. And next go for the problems. Example problem. Here a lamp is connected in series with a capacitor. Predict your observation for DC and AC components. What happens in each case if the capacitor of the capacitor is reduced? So in series with a capacitor, AC and DC. So when if suppose DC is, you have to connect it. What happening? It is doing first of all charging. When a DC source is connected to a capacitor, the capacitor gets charged, and after charging, no current flowing in the circuit. Very important. After charge, no current flow in the circuit, and the lamp will not glow. Will not glow. So if suppose there will be no charge even if C is reduced. If you have to reduce a capacitor, so it is a capacitor, you have to, it is a capacitor, but you have to apply the direct current. So when this, due to this capacitor, when it is fully charging, means it will there is no flow of current. Automatically the glow of the bulb will not glow. So there will be no charge even if the C is reduced. You have to reduce the capacitor. Whenever you have to connect the AC source, the capacitor offers the capacitive reactance, that means resistance, and the current flow in the circuit. For every off cycle, the direction of the current is changes. Automatically charging and discharging, automatically the lamp will shine brightly. Okay. And next problem. A 15 microfarad capacitor is connected to a 220 volts 50 Hz source. Find the capacitive reactance and the current in the circuit. If the frequency is doubled, what happened to the capacitive reactance and the current? What is given? Capacitance C is given. C is equal to, what is the capacitance? 15 microfarad means 10 power minus 6 farad. And what is the voltage? Capital V is equal to 220 volts. Here there is no mention of sign component, that's why it is the capital V. And what is the frequency? Nu is equal to, here 50 Hz is given. Find the capacitive reactance. Reactance of the capacitor is equal to XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi nu C. 1 by 2 pi means 3.14, and frequency is equal to 50 Hz, and C means 15 into 10 to the power of minus 16. So then what are the units of the resistance? Ohms. So here what are the value we are getting by doing calculating? 212 ohms. It is the resistance of the capacitor. That is the reactance of the capacitor. And next one is you have to calculate the RMS and peak current. RMS, IRMS. And what is the IM is here? VM upon XC. VM upon XC. So here the calculation part is there. IM is equal to, IRMS is equal to capital I. So how to get it? Already you know the formula. It is IM is equal to VM by XC. If suppose IM by root 2 is nothing but IRMS means IM by root 2, that is capital I. VM by root 2 is nothing but V, capital V upon XC. So what is the voltage? 220 volts. And what is the reactance? 212 ohms. So then what is the IRMS is equal to 1.04 amperes. So IRMS is nothing but IM by root 2. Then IM is equal to root 2 into I. So IM is equal to root 2 into I value 1.04. So root 2 means 1.414 into 1.04, that is equal to 1.47 ampere. If suppose if the frequency is doubled, That means you have to observe this equation if the frequency is doubled. If the frequency is doubled means then what is the relation? Inversely relation. That means here the frequency is doubled means it will become half. The reactance is half. So if the frequency is double, the capacitive reactance is half, and consequently resistance is half means current is doubled. Current is doubled. Why? Because I is inversely proportional to R. Okay, I is inversely proportional to R. So the frequency is doubled means how they related inversely. That means here doubled means it will become half, and the resistance is half means automatically the current will be doubled. And next example problem. A light bulb and an open coil inductor are connected to an AC source through a key as shown in figure. So like this, here the inductor is there. It is the inductor. So the switch is closed. Here this switch is closed, and after some time the iron rod is inserted into the interior of the inductor. The glow of the light bulb increases or decreases or unchanged as the iron rod is inserted. Give your answer with reason. If suppose you have to close this tap key, so automatically the current will be flowing. The current will be flowing. This bulb will be glow first initially. When you have to insert a rod in a inductor means you have to insert a soft iron rod means here the potential drop across this inductor will be increases. Automatically the potential drop across this bulb will be decreases. So here increases means automatically here decreases. Why? Because V is equal to V1 plus V2 actually. The voltage drop across this inductor, the voltage drop across this bulb. If suppose here this value going on increases means this value going on decreases. Automatically here the bulb glowing will be decreases. The bulb glowing is decreases. Here the answer you have to read it. As the iron rod is inserted, the magnetic field inside the coil magnetizes the iron, increases the magnetic field inside it, hence the inductance of the coil increases. Consequently the inductive reactance of the coil increases. Automatically the reactance is increases. As a result, a large fraction of the applied AC voltage appear across the inductor. So here this is important. What happening by doing all this? A larger fraction of the applied AC voltage appear across the inductor. Here larger voltage is appear compared to here. Automatically leaving less voltage across the bulb. Automatically less voltage here. This voltage is increased here. Automatically the voltage across the bulb will be decreases. Therefore the glow of the light bulb is decreases. The glow of the light bulb is decreases. And also you have to observe these graphs also, how they will be. It is the voltage and how the current. At that time how to change the magnetization and how to change the demagnetization process. If suppose it is the voltage you have to apply it. At that time how about the current? It is the inductance, actually inductance. So in inductance the current is lagging. The current is lagging. So first of all you have to apply the voltage and it is the current. It is the voltage, it is the current. So observe this graph. So voltage, current both are in positive cycle. The resultant will becomes positive. And then after the current is decreases. The current is decreases. But here also the voltage is also decreases. The current is here positive and the voltage is negative. The resultant of these two will be negative. Why? Because positive, negative, totally negative. And for next cycle, here it is the voltage is also negative and the current is also negative. Negative into negative, positive. So for due to positive, it will becomes magnetized, Due to positive, it will become magnetized. Due to negative, it will be demagnetized, and again magnetized and demagnetized. In case of inductor, so there is a phase difference between voltage and current. Due to this soft iron rod will becomes magnetized and demagnetized. Why? Because there is a phase difference. There is a phase difference in voltage and current. So similarly here also, in case of the capacitor also, the capacitor is doing charging and discharging. Same phenomena. But here it is the current and it is the voltage. How they will be? So voltage and current both are in positive. Voltage and current both are in positive. Automatically doing charging. When it will be negative means discharging. Automatically change the current direction. Change the, here it is the direction in opposite direction, that's why it is discharging. So you have to observe this graph. So along this direction charging, then opposite direction discharging, like as a tap. So water filling. Here also charging and next discharging, charging and discharging. So sorry again here. So you have to observe this graph and read all these points, very important. Okay, so all of you take the screenshots of the notes. Okay, and next part. And the problem. Okay, bye.